everybody, come on in. It's time to have a moment with Celeste. Well, we're going to do some creating from the heart today. I am looking forward to this one we're going to do today because this is something that is fun, it's beautiful, it's easy, and it's different than what I usually do every single day. So come on in. If you see me, please, please, please say hello. Would love to know you're here with us. And we're gonna have a good time. I promise. We will. Let me turn this down over here. We're gonna have a good time. I promise. We will. Turn that little guy off, and we'll have a better time. So come on in. I'll just give it a couple of minutes to see if anybody's going to drop in today. I bet you can guess kind of what theme we're working on today, can't you? I bet you can. I'm so happy because I've got a whole box right here under my desk that I've just been putting Christmas things in as I've purchased them and I've seen them, and for probably the last 3 months, and that's kind of what we're doing today. So what we are going to do is we are going to make some adorable Christmas trees, some wood Christmas trees. I actually got this little inspiration about probably a couple of weeks ago maybe from watching Dina's design, and it just inspired me. But it also triggered my mind to remind me that when I started my Moments with Celeste page, before I started really getting into it, I used to do a lot of home decor items. And so it's kind of fun today to get back in that groove again today with something that I'm going to be selling some of these. We have a craft fair that we're doing the November 6th, 15th, I think it is. And this is something that will be on one of my craft fairs. But also going to be decorating my own home with some of these little cuties. So we had bought the other day, if you remember, John and Lori and I got on and we kind of grunged up some wood trees here. And this was the project that I was doing this for. And I'm going to take some ink and tone down that white a little bit on there. But if you're here, just say hi and we'll get started. So I had purchased a bunch of these little triangles, and they were a set that I had gotten. I think there's 9 of them in here, and they all graduate in size. So, hi Renee, how are you? Glad you came in to say hi. I wasn't able to get on yours today. I tell you, it's been a really, really crazy time. I really having trouble coming back from my trip to get back into kind of a schedule for me. And then we've got several family get-togethers this week. My sister's here from Minnesota, and she came in today. And so I thought I'd hurry up and get this one squeezed in here so that then we're going to go have dinner with everybody, an early dinner. So what I do is I have all these different blocks, and I have just stained all the wood and then went back through, did a little paint brushing, whitewashing on them. And then I have these beautiful papers that I have been hanging on to now for several months, just waiting for a moment like this to come up. And here we are. So it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Almost everywhere I turn. It sure is at Hobby Lobby, I'll tell you that much. So we're going to start out. I'm going to start with a big one. I'm going to get the big one done. So here's a big one. This big one is about 9 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my beautiful papers. I think I'll take this really pretty poinsettia paper. Isn't that pretty? I love this. And then I'm going to lay this on here. And we are going to trim it, trace it, and then trim it down some. Because what we are going to be making are these adorable little Christmas trees for home decor items. And I just think they are so precious. I love creating any kind of Christmas tree I can during the Christmas season. So this one's going to be the big one. And what I'm going to do here is trace it. I'm going to push down pretty hard. And then I'll come across and trim out that bottom piece. And we're going to trim it off. Now when I trim it off, I'm going to come in probably about 1/8 of an inch all the way around the inside, because this is going to then be, as you'll see on this, the wood block on the outside trims the paper on the inside. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get myself going here. And come up. I made sure I drew that pencil line pretty dark so that I could see what I'm doing. I love the poinsettias too. Okay. So, trim that off. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to trim off this piece here and come up a little higher so that we can see the natural kind of wood behind it. So there you have it. Okay. And then we're going to take this. Ooh, that'd be pretty, Renee. Do it, do it, do it. That will be a pretty one. A rag ribbon. I'm going to actually come up on this side here and I'm going to trim it just a teeny bit more. Now this first set that I'm doing, it's kind of going to be a vintage feel. And then I'm going to use my, let's see here, my 3-in-1. Come up here. And this doesn't have to be thick at all. I want it to actually be pretty thin. Pretty thin. Okay. And then we're going to center it. I really like this. And there is going to be a lot that I'm going to be able to do with this. A lot. So there's the first one on. And the next one I'm going to do, let's see here. I thought this was a cool paper. It's kind of stamps from holiday stamps, like from around the world. And whoopsie, hang on a second here. Hang on. Oh, mailman must be coming. I hear our doggy out there barking away. He gets a little obnoxious. Okay. So this one here, I'm going to do probably, let's go with this next size up. It's about an 8-inch. Each one graduates down, not quite an inch, but about a 1/2 inch. So, I'm going to do the same thing here. And we're just going to trace it. Okay. So I'm going to have to really do it dark. But I just love when you can make something so simple and turn it into something really beautiful. I really do love that. So this is kind of one of those pieces that, whoops, it's going to be like a mixed media. You know, just going to put some different things on it, different layers and textures, just to have a little bit of fun. Okay. That one trimmed up here. Trim up my bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim it down. It's a rainy, not a little rainy day, it's a rainy day, a beautiful fall rainy day here in Omaha. I love when it rains in the fall weather. Okay. Let me grab this little tree down here that I dropped on its head. Yeah, aren't those stamps cute? I got this paper. Let me see. Paper Rose is what this one's called. Paper Rose Christmas Story. It comes from, yeah, I'd never heard of Paper Rose, but that's what this one is made by. It's a company called Paper Rose. So I'm wondering if the comments aren't working today, Renee, because I see several people on here, but I'm only seeing your comments. I'm wondering if it's kind of freezing up some things on me. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, now one thing I forgot to do on that one that I want to do on all of them is I do want to go around and grunge the edge. So I've got my vintage photo on this one. I think this one's the vintage photo ink. My sister is going to be moving to Pennsylvania, so we're thinking that we probably won't see her as often, and that makes me sad. But, you know, you can always jump on the plane. But it's going up to Pennsylvania. They've been in Minnesota for, good grief, a long time. A long time. I know it's been over 20-some years. And it's probably been even longer than that. And then I'm going to take this and see where I did the whitewash on here. I want to vintage this up a little bit. So I'm going to take I'm just taking my Tim Holtz ink, and I'm just going to kind of go over some of that just to bring it down a little bit. See, I don't know if you guys can tell there, but I can tell here. And come right over that. We did the initial staining of the wood block with the antique wax from Waverly, which I love. Okay, I got that one done. I'm going to go in and do it on this one too while I'm thinking of it, because otherwise I will forget. And that would probably not be good. This paper is really pretty, all of this that I'm using. Okay, so we got that. So it just kind of tones down that. I used the plaster color on it. Okay, now we're going to go in. I've got the edges, went around the edges with it. And we are going to get some glue on here. And get it put on. Okay, pull it up a little bit because I want it shown that wood on both sides. There we go. There's that one. That's a really cute one with those holiday stamps. Right there. Okay, so we got that one done. Then the next one here. Come in, do my grunging on it. All right, so now think I want this side to be the back because I like that. Isn't that pretty? So that, I mean, that's going to be the part that's not going to be painted. So the next one I'm going to do, let's see, let's go with, how about we do this cute one of the trees? That's a cute one for sure. Make sure I get it the right way. I'm going to trim this one up. And then we're going to come through and we're going to start doing all the nice little blingies. They aren't blingies, it's adding some different pretties to it. See that one? So it's not just going to be the paper on these. Okay, I'll trace that one. Cut it out. For those of you that are on here, if any of you are commenting, I'm not seeing those comments, but keep them coming, because at some point Facebook will usually wake up. And then also I look at your comments when I get off, okay? So when I'm not able, when FB isn't letting me do what we need to do, I go back and we'll look at all of your lovely comments because I love to see what all you have to say. I want to invite you to make a little announcement here. I have a sale that was going to be on Friday night, but it has been moved. I'm doing the sale tomorrow, Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central. And oh my word, is all I can say. There is a lot of good fun stuff that is going to be up for the grabs. And I'm excited to do that one. So I have about 150 items, I believe it is. Could be a lot. I've been doing a lot of looking around at places. I've been doing some different creating, different things. This one really gives you a nice woodsy feel. This little colored tree print. When you decorate for Christmas, what is your theme going to be like, do you think, this year? Do you do traditional with the bright reds and the greens, or do you do kind of a woodsy theme? Do you do Grinch? Do you do a Victorian theme? Do you go all out and do some funky colors? Do you do tinsel trees? What are some things? What are you going to be decorating in this year? Okay, so there's that one. And I think I'll just take a light, just a light. I don't want a whole lot. Since I'm doing this kind of a vintagey, it's kind of, that's what we've got so far. Okay. This is looking fun in here with all these trees. Okay, then this one here, I keep wanting to turn to get my paper and I forget it's sitting right here. I have the red solid and I have the stripe, which I am going to do for sure. I'm trying to see which one I'm going to do that on. I'm going to do that on this one right here. We'll do a stripe. Kind of have a vintage candy cane stripe, right? Okay, so let's kind of get that grunged around in here. Well, Mitzi, there you are, my friend. There you are, my idea lady. When I did my sale the other day, a couple weeks ago, I had some sugar containers that have the hole in the top, and I sold those. And then Mitzi made a suggestion that those are great. Those would be great to make for holding twine, storing your twine and pull the twine out. So I've got about 4 of those available for the sale tomorrow night. And they've got the twine in them and everything. So thank you, Mitzi, for giving that idea. I love getting ideas. Oh, there's Grandma Palmer. Hello, Grandma Palmer. How are you, my friend? So excited. Oh my gosh. Mitzi and got Renee on here. I think Facebook is just now starting to catch up with some things. So we're making some really cute, these here are kind of a vintage theme trees for Christmas. And I'm going to be making, in fact, I ordered a bunch more of the tree blocks just today because these are going to be on sale at my craft fair that Lori Beth and I are doing in November. And I thought, my gosh, I better get busy creating, right? And so that's what we're going to do with these. Did you get that idea from somewhere, Mitzi? Well, that is a great idea because you know what I was using before? Let me show you. You guys have probably seen it. This is what I use. It's a panko breadcrumb container that we slit the hole in, and I just put my balls of twine in there. And if I've got different kinds, they just pull them out. But that's exactly what you can do with the sugar containers that I'm going to have for sale tomorrow night. So that'll be a fun one. Okay, we got this tree here to cover. Let's see, which side do I like? I'm going to do this one. Okay, oops, I don't think I finished trimming it. I got all excited about my twine, girls. Got excited about my twine. You know, it's funny, John's the one that had the idea for that panko container back a while back when I first started doing my crafts. One of the first things I used to do a Tuesday tips. And that was one of the things I did on a Tuesday tip. So that was kind of fun. Let me trim this just a smidge more. And I was looking for something. I was looking for a jar, and John goes, "Hey, use the panko." So that's what we did. Okay, I'm gonna take and grunge this edge up. And I like this stripe here because they really made it like a vintage. It even has a very faint, like a newspaper print on it that you can just barely see. I don't know if you can even see that in there, down at the bottom. Yeah, it's fun to reuse. When you think of something that you can reuse, it's fun to see what it comes out. Oh my gosh, look at the back of that. That was a pretty one too. Jeepers creepers. Now, what do I do? Okay, I'm going to let you gals vote. Since we've got these vintage pieces, should we use this side on this one? Or should we use this side on this one? And we've got our green tree. We've got our stamps. We've got our poinsettia. We've got our little vintage girl in there. We've got our holly. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do here. What do you think? Should we go ahead and stick with the original plan of doing this? It has a more kind of a solid look to it. Or should we do this one? It's really cute, guys. Look at that. Which one? Which one? Mimi says to go with the original red. This one here. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Maybe I can use this. Oh, you know what? I can use this other one on a small one. That's what I'll do. I'll use the red stripe on this one like we planned. And then, gosh, that's so cute. That's the only thing I don't like about double-sided cardstocky paper. Because they always give you one side that you got to cover up with something. I'd like to use everything. Okay, so then we're going to go in here. And we grunged up the side already. Make sure I got it straight. Okay. There's that one. That's cute, isn't it? Okay, now we got this big one here. And this big one here, I don't think it's going to be too big for that. Well, shoot ski. Let's see what we can do. Oh, this will be cute on here. This is going to be cute. Okay, make sure I get it down. It's just barely enough. Just barely, but oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, we'll trace it. Okay. No, this is cute. It's very cute. I hope I can do this right. I should have scooched it over a little more, but oh, it's okay. We'll fudge it here a little bit. Gonna fudge it. Hello, Evangeline. I think you're new. I don't think I've met you before. Is this your first time, or have you caught me some other times, Evangeline? Thank you for popping into Moments with Celeste. Okay, so the stripe was the big winner on that one. There's just something about a stripe like that that just really makes us really think Christmas, doesn't it? For all the ages, all the ages. Okay, so we've got this one. And let's get some of my grunge on it. Some of my inking. Okay. And kind of get some of that white toned down a bit. Alright. Okay, so then the one we're going to put on here. Wait till you see this one. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Let's see. Got some wood there. Got some wood there. I'm going to trim down a little more on this side, just because there's some writing on the other side that I wanted to make sure I got, and I cut a teeny bit of it off, but look at that. That's the bottom. Isn't that cute? Cute, cute, cute. Okay, oops. All right. Press it down. Oops, I forgot to grunge that side up, didn't I? Shoot. Okay, I'll have to go up over it. I'll go over it again on the top. It's going to be that one. Let's see, just go up around the edges here. Okay, got that one out. And then we only have one more, I think. Oh, two more. Oh man. Okay, then we're gonna go with, I liked this one too. It's another poinsettia, but I really like that. So let's get that on there. Oops, where'd we go? I think I lost you here. Hang on, folksies. Goofy thing just shut off on me. Okay. All right, we're back on there. Okay, so this one here, I think we'll do this with a, it doesn't really matter what I do them with. I'm going to put this little one here on there. Let me get it so it's got the poinsettias, right? I love poinsettias. I think I told you that already. You know what else I love? I never really understood what they were and everything, but it's an amaryllis, the Christmas flower. Oh my gosh. I've gotten those over the last few years. And the ones that I've gotten, I've just gotten them at the grocery stores where I picked them up at. But both of, or the 3 times I've done it, they have ballooned gorgeously. So I will probably do that again this year. Do any of you get amaryllises for Christmas to add some color to your house? And they hang around for a while too, don't they? They sure do. They hang around. Okay, so we've got this little piece here. Get it grunged up. What time are we? Oh, we're doing good. Okay. Then we can get in and do decorating a couple of them. Okay. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Ooh, you did a poinsettia tree. I bet that was beautiful, Mitzi. Wow. I bet that was pretty. I always put poinsettias in my, I'll cut this down a little more too. I always put poinsettias, poke some in to my trees. They just add so much happiness and cheer, don't they? At least I think they do. Okay, we got that one on. And then our last one, I think we're going to do it with, here we go. I've got these 2 left. Oops, I want my pencil. I've got these 2 left. I've got this one, diagonal stripe. And then I have this one that's really pretty. Let's see. And this one's a big one. So maybe I'm going to do it with this solid one here. Since it's a big one, I'm going to get my little mess out of the way. Okay. Oh, that one don't need done. Hang on a minute. Am I all finished? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means there's one hiding somewhere on my table. But I'll save it for when I find it. Oh my goodness. My goshers, how can I lose a tree on my desk? So here's what we've got, and then we're going to add some other stuff here, okay? So here's what we have so far. And these don't have to all be displayed together either. They can be kind of wherever, right? But here's what we have to add next. We got to add our little nubbin stubs. So for the nubbin stubs, John had already painted them for me. I just went to Hobby Lobby and their wood pile and got the package with the 8 pieces of wood cubes. So we've got them here. John just stained those. And all I'm going to do is I'm putting a little blob of my 3-in-1 here in the middle. And then to get it to stay down fast, I'm going to put some hot glue there. And then just making sure I get it centered. Oh shoot, what did I do that for? Hang on guys. I didn't mean to do it that far out. But I did it, didn't I? Okay, sorry. At least that'll come off easy. Oh well. Okay, so you just put your little nubbin, I just center it on the width and going across. Okay. I've got that. Awesome. Okay, so we got that one on. You see that? I don't know if you can see it or not. Okay. Let me stand it over here. Okay, the next one we'll put on. You had white Christmas lights and stuck lots of, oh, I bet that was beautiful. Bet that was. Okay. That's why I messed it up. I didn't look. I put the glue on the tree and not on here. Okay, so let's get this one on. As close to even as I can. Okay. That one. That one's so cute with that little writing on it. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. The itty bitty little bitty one. Okay, press that down. So you can see how easy these all are to put together, right? Easy peasy. Okay, cute. Yeah. Okay, we're going to set that so I don't knock it over. Okay, and then we've got this one. All right, got that one on. That one looks like it wants to come off. I better put a little more hot glue under that one. Might be a little crookedy. Okay, let's see if there's any more that I need to do. So I've got a tree somewhere, guys. I really do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a tree hanging around. Oh, here it is. Okay. The biggest one was just hanging around. Oh, Garshers. Garshers. Let's see here. Okay. Then we'll get him on. And I hope that one block's going to hold this big one, but we'll find out. If it don't, should. Yep. All right. So that's that. Now, we're going to add some little pieces to this to just give them their own little look. So I showed you how we added the pieces to this, and we've added the pieces to this. And so now, let's go up. Let's start with this big one here, the big poinsettia. Now I think this poinsettia would probably look pretty. Now I don't think this green, but let me try it. You know, actually this green I think will look really well on this big poinsettia. So I had a couple of green doilies, and they're dark Christmas green. So what better to use it on than a Christmas project, right? If I can get the pin out of it. Let's see here, how are we going to do that? That'll go up there. Maybe that? No. Well, we'll just start with this one. Oh, there's 3 of them on here. I didn't know there were 3. Look at that. 3 of them. Okay. And what we'll do with this one here, let's just try it first. What I'm thinking is I will cut it down and just put a little bit of it here in the corner. Okay, so let's cut that down. And then come up here. All right, let's see if we can get it in there. Okay. Boom. I should have just I'm going to leave that off until we get finished. Okay, so we're going to go there, and I think I'm going to bring it in to be right on top of where the paper's at, so that way I still have some of the wood showing. So let's get that down. Okay. Everybody has popped in. If you can just tell me, say hi to me so I can see who all is here. Again, I'm not sure if my comments are working right, but I've been getting missies, and I got one from Jamie. Okay, so we're going to put that down there. Okay. Then I want to put something. Now, what I'm thinking here, let me see. I know I had some. This might work. I have some poinsettia paper stickers that I love. Let's see, they're down here in my bag, I know. I know. Here they are. Okay. I have those. Then I have a glitzy one. So let's kind of see which one. Hi, Estella. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for saying hi. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Ooh, it stopped raining. The sun's coming out right now. But what I can do with this is I can put one or a bunch or however I want to do it. I don't think I want to go with the blingy one because I'm trying to keep a vintage feel on this. So let's see what I have over here in my little pile of goodies. Got some, let's see here. I do have a doily. I got my little doily jar here. Oh, thank you, Jamie. And I thought there was an itsy bitsy, and it is. It's clear in the bottom, wouldn't you know? Isn't it cute? So, I have this little piece of doily that looks like a poinsettia, right? And I'm thinking I can put that there and put that right on top of it, and that's going to be really pretty. So this is just like what we do with our journals, isn't it? And getting them all decorated and layered up and prettied and embellished and all the good stuff. So let's put this one right here. And then we'll put this little guy right on top of it. Okay. So we've got that so far. Now, do I want to put any more on here? I don't know. And I don't think I want to put the greenery. I don't want to put this on here yet because it has all this green on here. So I'm probably not going to put this greenery on. But, let's see what else we have here. Okay. So I can come back through then and I can if I want to. Again, I don't know if I want to. Oh, there's my other tree. I knew I had another tree. My little one ran away. And let's see here what we have in my box of goodies. You know I love my pearls. And since this is the big one, this might work well on this. If I just trim it out, and I don't know yet if I want to do that or not. Just maybe put a row of it at the bottom. Could do that. Or I could bring it up a little bit, and that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. We're going to cut it off right here, and then we're going to glue this kind of up on part of this doily. Press that down. I want to make sure I get it straight so it ain't going all cattywampus on me. Okay. Yeah, that'll add just enough of that down there to just let it be seen. Just wants to let it be seen a little bit. Okay. Can you see that? All right. Oh, I'm glad, Estella. I'm glad you've had a good day. It's a good day to have a good day, right? I'll pull this up a little because I think I got this piece a little crooked. It's a good day to have a good day. Okay, so that will be that one. And like I said, I'll put the stand on it and when I get through here. So then let's see, we have, let's go, we've got 3 of them that are decorated. Now let's go with, which one do I want to do? Let's do this one. How about that? Now this will be a great option for me to put some of my greenery on. Oh, I love it already. So I love this greenery from a Hobby Lobby that I get. And I'm just going to cut a few sprigs off of it and see where that takes us first. Let's see here. Okay. So on this one here, let's see which one's going to be my longer one. I think it's this one. I'm going to put it kind of here in the middle. And then maybe we'll come alongside. I might only need 2 of these, actually. Takes up a lot more room. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with that. We're going to put that here, okay? Then, I'd love to be able to find, I know I have, oh. Let's just see what this one looks like. If it's too big. This big, kind of a rusty red button can go right down here, be like its little plant holder. That's going to be good down there. Okay, so here we go. Whoop. Let's put this one on first. Get some glue up here on kind of where the stem parts are at. Okay, pull that one out a little bit, fill it in. Okay, and then that little piece here, let's take this one off. Tuck this one down under here. Kind of tuck it under, do a little bit of a layer. Oops, okay. Come back up here, put some glue in here. Okay. Then, let me see if I want to add another little sprig right over here, and I think I will. And this sprig here is kind of cool because it's a little bit different green. It's a little bit of a greener greens, so maybe adding that contrast in here, bushing this up a little bit. Just gives it a little more fullness. And then I'm going to add some up here, some glue just to hold it in. Hold it up here a little bit. Okay. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay, come down. I want to cover up that end of the piece of that. Then let's see here. What else do we have? Okay, we have a little, I don't think I want that on here, but I'm thinking I want a little bit more of this greenery to come up right up in here. Oh, that's pretty. Isn't that funny how just adding one little piece more. So pull it up under here, fill it in up here. Oops, now I'm making a mess. Okay. Oh, I like that. I really like that. And let's get it down and secured a little bit better. Okay. Then maybe add a little smidgen of this down here where you can still see my white. Can you guys see that? I can. I can see it. And that's just giving you a nice fullness to this. So it's like it's a tree in a tree. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then, hi Lori Beth. How are you, sweetie? I'm going to pick you up here about 4:30. So I hope you're ready for all the fun and games. Okay, I'm going to add a little more here. I'm really liking the thickness of this because it's making it actually look like another tree is standing in front of this. And I like that. What do you think of that? Isn't that pretty? So you can really just do anything. You can go to town with these. I can take some different trims here and kind of go over this side, which I might do, but I'm going to wait till I get everything done to see what kind of a finish that I really want this to have. Now I've got this in there. Now how about, now I wish I had, let me see here. I'm thinking a jingle bell in the middle of that big button would be cute. Kind of just a silver jingle bell. Ooh, I've got one. I thought maybe I did. Okay, I'm just going to put this little jingle bell in the middle here. Now, before I do all that, I'm going to also take a look-see here. Because I know I have some ribbon. I have this forest green ribbon here, but I'm actually thinking, let me see here, if I tie this in just a tiny little bow, if this is going to be too much green on this with the green already on there. Too much green on green, right? Okay. And then put that bell on top of that. That might work. But again, I'm not convinced yet. That might be too. I think, and I want maybe a little bit more of the vintage, like a vintage lace. And I've got tons of that over here. So hang on. Hang on, Nellies. Oh, here we go. This will be better. This. Okay. Because that way it's going to bring a little bit of white into it. I usually don't craft on Wednesdays, but I threw it in there because I was off, didn't do any crafting last week. Yeah, that's going to look better. You ever hate it when you trim up your bow and you have to snip off just those little pieces? My brain goes, oh man, I've wasted it. I'm wasting it. Crazy the little things we can hang up on, right? Okay, so let's put this one down here. And that just adds a little bit of that vintage feel to it. And then we can put, I can put my little bell still on here. And I will. I'm going to do the bell, just a little one. And that's what we have so far. Okay? So it stands up. And that's what we have so far. So I can see I'm going to have a lot of fun playing around with these. I can tell I'm going to. And let's put this one over here for now. And then let's see, do we want to, oops, it's 4 o'clock, so I'm going to have to jump off because we have to be down to get Lori, and it's about a 20-minute drive to pick her up to go to the family gathering. But some of the other things I have that I'll be putting on some of these are the little wood snowflakes. I didn't know, but I might even put this little wooden truck somewhere, and he may be a good candidate over here on the bottom of this tree that we just finished up. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but there will be a lot more done to these. So, excuse me, I just want to thank you for joining me today, as always. Don't forget, the sale is tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time. And that'll be a fun one too. And then I'm going to go out and enjoy my time with my family, my extended family. I'm going to go get together today, and I'm getting together with just my brothers and my brother and sister-in-law tomorrow. So, anywho, we'll see what it has in store, right? But thanks so much, everybody. I love you, appreciate you, and start getting in that little Christmas spirit for the things you're going to create. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.